Boys, it's hot. I'm still drinking coffee. I just received an order here at the shop. And I want to show y'all how I set up a fucking service job. So I had a guy go to the site yesterday, charged 98 bucks for my guy to go out here and take a look. And we found out that this job, they needed a 6-gallon storage water heater, new pan, garbage disposal, new expansion tank, cheapy house brand kitchen faucet, new P-trap, and new fittings and flexies and shit for the little water heater. And there's, you know, that's the deal. So all that work, I sold it for $28.50. Let me come over here to the board. $28.50. Okay, that's a pretty low number for a water heater and all that stuff, right? Well, let's go over it. So my total on that material is $5.93. Okay, $5.93. But that doesn't include the garbage disposal, which I had already. That's an older one that I had here at the shop. But let's say it's 105 bucks. Okay, so or 100. I said, and I figured like an extra 10 for like 3/4 copper, a little bit of extra stock shit in the van. So the total on the material is about $708. Job sold for $28.50. Pardon the burp. All right, so let's say I'm only gonna have one man go do that, right? Because that's, I mean, it's a water heater, but it's a 6-gallon water heater. One man can move it while it's full, right? So I don't need any helpers. I just got one man, and I'm gonna give him a whole day to do that, and he'll probably be done by lunch, right? But so I say one man for 8 hours. It's cost me about $650. Okay, $650 plus that's $708. That makes us do $13.58. $13.58 is my sale price on that, with the guy taking all day. Okay, so that's my cost, not my sale price. My cost is $13.58, sold for $28.50. Okay, so that's more than double. That's more than double. And guess what? The guy who goes and puts that shit in, it's probably gonna take him 4 hours. If he finishes and I have nothing else for him, which will not be the case, but if he did, I'd send him home early with a full day's pay and still more than double my money. And that technician's making more than $40 an hour, which in Texas is pretty high wages, you know? And especially when you get a van and all the other, everything bought for you too. So if you were to flat rate, let's go back around. If you were to flat rate this, right? Let's say you have a company, if you do have a flat rate price for a water heater, you probably don't have one for a 6-gallon, but your flat rate price on that is probably like $1,800 nowadays, maybe even $2,000 for that, because it's not that big a price difference. Let me see, what does this heater cost? We're gonna get into it, boys. We're gonna get into the nitty gritty, and I'm gonna back up all of my claims. So that heater, the water heater was $371. Okay, I paid $590 for a 50-gallon. So I bet a lot of these like residential flat rate guys, they're gonna charge like at least $1,800 for that heater, right? But then the disposal, they're probably gonna have like a $550 flat rate price for it. The faucet, they're probably gonna have like a $500 flat rate price for it. Changing the angle stops and the P-traps and stuff, they're probably gonna have, you know, $300 flat rate price for it. So by the time it's all said and done, this job that I sold for $28.50, $2,850 American, which I think is a reasonable price, and I'll double my money on, more than double my money on, because that guy will take 4 hours and I'll send him to go do some other shit, make money off that too. I can sell for $28.50. But flat rate guys, you're probably looking at almost $2,500, $3,000, probably looking at like $3,800 minimum, $4,000 minimum for that. So, because I know when I did flat rate in 2016, it was $595 for a fucking for a half horsepower garbage disposal. So I'm sure these guys are charging closer to like $800 now. You know what I mean? And like a kitchen faucet was, I think, $495 when I was doing flat rate. It's probably minimum $595 now. So you can see how, like, why I say the flat rate's bullshit. Like, if that's the only call you think you're gonna get and you want to maximize it, fucking go for it. But if you're the mindset of me of like, no, I'm gonna fucking install so much pipe, I'm gonna do so much work, get so much revenue created, the margin pricing will not piss your customers off. You will double your fucking money and you'll have more revenue you know what to do with. So come at me, boy.